Mike Stuart has played golf since his father taught him the game as a boy. While he enjoys his time on the fairways, Mike can often be found on the state's other greens. Florida's fields and groves, alongside his closest friends and colleagues.
Yeah, there's a good article recently about that. They're trying to...
Farmers like Paul Orsenigo will tell you whatever his handicap is on the links, Mike is a true champion of Florida agriculture.
He is someone who has really been a leading force and helped us not just stay in business, but be successful over the years through this complex business of food production.
For 26 years, Mike has served as the leader and face of Florida produce, as president of the Florida Fruit and Vegetable Association. Over the years, he has represented Florida farmers in Washington, D.C., Tallahassee, and throughout the world. He's negotiated trade agreements, farm bills, and immigration issues, and remains one of Florida's top agricultural advocates.
It's critically important that agriculture remains strong in Florida, and we need to do everything we can, not only working with legislators, but working with other stakeholders, most importantly consumers and the public, to make sure that they understand how important agriculture is, the critical role it plays, not just in the rural part of the state, but in supporting the overall infrastructure here.
Mike's journey began across the country in 1970s California, where his first job in high school was working in the produce department of a Los Angeles area grocery store.
So I developed an understanding and a knowledge of the industry based on the retail side of the business, and really fell in love with it and thought perhaps, at that point in time, I might spend a career in produce dealing with it on the retail side, having no idea that there was this vast opportunity working for growers, which is where I've spent my entire career.
After graduating from California State University, Long Beach, he worked 13 years for Western Growers, an association representing produce farmers in California, Arizona, Colorado, and New Mexico. He ascended to senior vice president before being named FFVA president in 1992.
I was a California kid. I never thought I'd move to Florida. It's one of those things I thought I'd do for 3 to 5 years. And that story goes on and on with a lot of different people. But here I am 26 years later, and I just never had a desire to do anything else. I fell in love with the people in the industry.
Hugh English is a fourth-generation citrus farmer and fellow member of the Florida Agricultural Hall of Fame. He previously served as FFVA board chairman and has followed Mike's career since he first moved to Florida. He says Mike's ability to bring people together on important issues such as immigration, trade, and food safety has helped keep Florida agriculture a healthy and growing industry.
Mike doesn't travel on his personality. He travels on what he knows and what he's able to do and what he's able to accomplish. And he sets up coalitions and gets the job done with a number of people, and he doesn't try to run the show solely by himself. Stuff came down.
Well, you lost a bunch of trees over here.
These coalitions have helped ensure the success of the last 3 federal farm bills, including provisions for certain specialty crops, which had never been recognized before. Tony DeMari's company grows and packs Florida tomatoes. He served on the FFVA board and witnessed much of Mike's work with legislators over the years.
When Mike spoke, it was like E.F. Hutton. People stopped and they listened. Mike Stuart was doing it for the members and not Mike Stuart. And that's what separates him from a lot of leaders, is he was not self-serving. He served his membership in the industry, and that's what I respect and recognize most from Mike.
Mike has led agricultural alliances at both the state and federal level. He has been a member of the USDA's Agricultural Policy Advisory Committee since 1995. This committee provides counsel to the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture and the U.S. Trade Representative on the administration of trade policy. While a large part of his job involves travel outside the state, Mike says it has always been important for him to visit farmers and listen to their concerns.
And if there's one thing I've learned over the years in this business, if you ask these guys a question, you're going to get the answer. It may not be the answer you always want to hear, but it's going to be the answer that's the truth, and it comes from the heart.
These visits also help Mike stay on top of industry trends. As a produce clerk back in the 70s, he may have handled about 50 varieties of fruits and vegetables. Today, there can be as many as 500 in each store. Technology is helping Florida farmers increase both quality and quantity of crops.
Some of the new technology, particularly in the packing house, is just phenomenal to see with some of these optical scanners in the packing houses that are doing a much better job for them in terms of ensuring that they've got quality product, fruit and vegetables moving into the marketplace. Some of this technology is outstanding.
As exciting as this modern machinery is, Mike says people and relationships are responsible for the sustained success of Florida agriculture. It all comes back to helping farmers continue to feed our country.
Fill rate, the total that we've done for the season, total weight, this is your target weight.
Oh, when I think of what we have to face in terms of dealing with legislators and regulators and trying to solve some of the problems, it pales in comparison to the challenges that our members face on a daily basis, just trying to plant, nurture, and harvest a crop.
It's not in that pattern, you know how it's been for
Mike is now playing the 18th hole of his career, as he will retire soon. Florida farmers say he has hit many more birdies than bogeys during his tenure in the Sunshine State, and he will always be a cherished part of their extended family.
He's made the FFVA a family-focused organization. Relationships are all too important in Florida because much of Florida agriculture is family-based, and he's dealt with multiple generations of Florida families.
He brings out the best in people. He's just a good man, and his heart and soul have always been in the right place. And he is just a very unique individual, and we're fortunate to have his leadership here for 26 years.
I love the people in Florida agriculture. I love the people in Florida's fruit and vegetable industry. They are the finest people in American agriculture, in my opinion. I wouldn't have been in this job for 26 years if I didn't feel that way. I just absolutely love them.